would welcome you guys back to my channel, Nene Blobs. Okay, so as you guys most likely have seen by the title, I'm making a November TBR, and this month I am kind of proud of myself because I feel like I read much more than I thought I would have. At the start of the month, I thought I was going to read really little because I was going to start with exams, but I kind of made the number one mistake during exams and read. At least I did have some self-control, so I did stop reading when I had to study, but at the times that I didn't really need to study, I did read, and that's why I read more than 0 books. In total, I read 4 books, and let me just show you guys the books I read. I started my month off with Soundless by Richelle Mead, and this is a really good book. It's about a girl called Faye, and she lives in this Chinese village where no one can hear sound. And I think you have like 3 jobs that you can only do. You can, I think, only be a miner and a painter and I guess like a cleaner. I'm not completely sure, but I think you can only be 3 things, and she is a painter and she paints the news of the town. This village, no one can hear, and they think obviously the whole world no one can hear and everything, and people are actually getting worse. Some people are becoming blind, which is really bad and brings trouble into the village. And Faye, she starts hearing. I recommend this to people that like a bit of fantasy, a bit of folklore, a bit of dystopian world, because this is a dystopian world, and also a bit of romance. There's just, you know, a dot of romance, which I think every book needs. And yeah, I love Richelle Mead's style of writing, and I'm also just happy that it's a fast read because it's not that big words and not that many pages, and it's just a really quick read. I give this book 4.5 out of 5. Okay, so the next book I read was To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This book I loved. I read during the exams, but I literally loved it. I don't know why we don't read this at school, because in our school we don't read it, but I really enjoyed this book. This story is about Scout, a small young girl, and her older brother called Jim, and it actually just tells their story growing up with a father who is a lawyer, and their father makes the decision to fight for a person of color, which in this town and in like many parts of the world at that time, it was really weird and people didn't like it. So it's a really good character building story. It just is so, I don't know, I loved seeing them grow up and the whole story, and also the case being brought out. I gave To Kill a Mockingbird 5 out of 5 stars because it's a classic and I just loved the whole story. Then I read a book that I don't have right now. I lent it to one of my teachers right after I finished it. It's called Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer, who is the daughter of Jodi Picoult. And this book I actually really enjoyed. It was also a very short, fast, quick read, and it's just, I feel like a story that someone my age, even older, would just enjoy, to just have an easy read. It's about this girl who loves reading. She becomes obsessed with this one fairy tale book, and then one day one of the characters, Prince Oliver, starts talking to her, and he wants to escape from the book. It's really fun and funny to see her way of thinking what is happening in this world, and I just enjoyed the adventure behind the story, and I really am excited to read the second book. I just want it. So I gave Between the Lines 4 out of 5 stars. Then the last book that I read in November, which took me a long time to read. I don't know why. I think it was just because I underestimated the length of the book because it was small, but the words were kind of small and it was very intense. So this is called Rule Britannia by Daphne du Maurier, who wrote Rebecca, which is one of like my favorite books. So this book is a historical fiction where US and the UK merge, and it's in the perspective of this girl who lives with her granny, who was a former actress, and she is very eccentric and crazy, I would say. I feel like Daphne du Maurier, the two books that I read by her, both of them had this old lady who was very set in her ways, and after finishing her career as an actress, her granny adopted 6 boys. So she's helping to take care of the 6 boys, and she is going through the motions of these US soldiers coming to their town. I feel like this book showed people coming together and standing up for what they think is right. And this book did go a bit crazy at some points. There was also not mystery but a crime that happened. If anyone likes Daphne du Maurier, A New World, and also historical fiction, I really recommend this book. The ending was super sudden, so I'm already warning you guys. But other than that and some of the crazy parts, it was a good book. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and comment down below what you read in November. I would really like to know. See you guys next time. Blob!